and the director of the Oregon Short Film Festival. And I'm joined today by director Mr. Salad. What's up, my man?
Hi, how you doing, Michael? Thanks for having me.
Well, good to see you. We're going to talk about your film Glow Up, which is an official selection of our fall 2022 event. We are accepting it early. Was just watching this film with the judges last night. Everybody was just totally in agreement. They really felt like you did a good job on this film. Congrats.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, every time I'm a part of your festivals, it's always a great time. So it'll be nice to be back. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my man. Can you put in your own words? Because I just watched it. I'll probably tell the whole world the end and everything, so I don't want to do that. So, in your own words, what is the synopsis of Glow Up?
It's about a young dancer named Lauren, and it's a bit of an identity crisis film. Uh, Main character, he's got a lot of identity issues, and there's this influencer comes to town to Portland, and she kind of gets lost in trying to get this person's approval, and it doesn't work out for her. And yeah, it's a psychological thriller, so things get a little messy for Lauren.
A little messy. I like that. I like that. Well, I can't wait until the crowd gets a chance to see this. I think they're going to be very impressed with not only your cinematography, but just the whole arc of this character from beginning to end is really just something to watch. And your lead actress did just such a good job on this.
Yeah, Morgan Turner, who plays the lead, Lauren, they, I should say, their pronouns are they, them, and yeah, they're amazing, and we actually went to the same high school together, and that's how we met. And they're also from Philadelphia, but I had flown them out to Portland to make this because I thought this is a good script for them. And yeah, I'm really happy they came out because we've known each other for a while, been friends for a while, but this collaborative experience was uh, a bonding experience, and yeah, it was very fulfilling to work with them.
So, did you get any of your actors from a casting call, or did you just pretty much reach out to people that you already had in mind for the roles?
So Morgan, I already had in mind. I wrote it for them, um, and with the supporting actress Kira, played by trying to think what's her full name. I don't like blanking on her full name. Jay Winchester, I think it is.
Mhm.
And I actually met at your festival, the Oregon Short Film Festival, when you were screening Razor Tail for us. And we were casting for the influencer role, which was a very tough role to find. And when I saw her, I was like, okay, that girl's got a presence. I wonder if she's an actor. Maybe she is. I don't know. So I walked up to her and I was like, "Hey, you act?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah." I'm like, "Hey, I'm doing this short film. I did Razor Tail. I don't know if you liked it. Maybe you want to work with me." And blah blah blah. And then yeah, she ended up coming on in the film.
Wow, connections are made at the film festival. That's why we do them live, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that story until now. So I think that's pretty amazing that, live not only gives you an opportunity to network, but it also gives you an opportunity to get instant reactions to your film. Um, have you had a chance to do many live festivals? Like, what do you get out of it?
How many have I done? I mean,
Mhm.
probably just a bit over a handful. And I'm not a great networker, but I think when your film's being shown just to an audience, that may actually be your best opportunity to talk to people, because if you do half decent work and they notice that, if you have a project that you could collaborate with them on, that they're like, oh well, I just saw his stuff and he's okay, so why not? It's opposed to the email process where they're like, who is this guy? Let me look him up, blah 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 blah. So it's a great place to network and to find collaborators.
Awesome, man. I'm glad that worked out. So I got to talk to you. It seems like, and again, I don't want to give away the story, but this seems pretty personal. And I mean, I know you talked about, someone who was viewing an influencer and trying to gain approval. Digging deeper into that, into the writing phase of this film, what motivated you to make this specific story?
Well, there's a scene in the film where Lauren is kind of scolding herself in the mirror. Do you remember that scene?
Hmm.
And you know, that's pretty much where the whole film comes from. It's like the terrible spiral I'll fall into if I'm in front of a mirror for too long and I'm just kind of, putting myself down or judging myself or critiquing and telling myself I need to do more. And, that whole just conflicting, I don't know. It's something that I do too often. And I was thinking, I'm sure there's more behind that and I should look into it. So there was that. And then the other main thing was I saw this live stream video of this TikToker doing a dance or something, and it was live for Facebook or YouTube. And
Hmm.
then someone comes in through her glass sliding glass balcony door. So he climbed up to get through this door, and she's like live streaming dancing. And she's like, "What the?" And she's like, "Who are you?" And they had this whole conversation, and he keeps saying, "But we're friends, right? Like we're friends." And I remember watching, and this happened. So I'm like watching this. I'm like, oh my God, like how the hell does someone like that end up there? And why is he saying that? And I had all these questions. So I just kind of I thought about that. I thought about my conflictions with social media, thought of my own self-identity crap, and I just kind of pieced it together and worked backwards from the TikTok video I saw.
Wow. Wow. Well, you really touched on, I think there's a vulnerable part in every person when it comes to self image and how you're perceived and how you're perceived by people. And,
Definitely.
um, I think that's probably why every judge, and we have a variety of ages, and we have people that live that don't all know each other, and we got all some of the same answers. As there was a vulnerability to the film, there's a vulnerability to the story, and we all deal with it. I mean, I was an audio guy on location for 15 years. I was never an in front of the camera person, and
Yeah.
get in front of the camera is not always my comfort zone. But at some point in life, you kind of have to become comfortable with, like, okay, this is who I am. And there's a famous quote, and I don't know who said it, I have to look it up. And they said that the two most important times in your life are the day you were born and the reason you figure out why, right? And I think a lot of people ask themselves questions why. Hey, I'm happy to be a film festival director and talk here into you, but it wasn't always like that. And I think everyone asks those questions of themselves, um, and I think it reaches a large audience. So kudos to you for bringing questions out of the audience and giving us an opportunity to relate.
Thank you. Yeah, that reminds me of the. I think it's funny. I'm going to combat you with another quote, but that reminds me of the Confucius quote, which I didn't read. I saw this in an interview, but he said, "A man has two lives, and the second one starts when he realizes he only has one." And it's
Mm.
similar in that sense of like your awareness to you being here and what you're gonna do with that.
Yeah, man,
Unless,
that's good.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, maybe it was like Mark Twain biting Confucius or something. Who knows? But
yeah.
both quotes seem like they seem like they're very introspective in what your film is trying to accomplish. And that's the great thing about this festival is we get so many different stories that are about ourselves or a little piece of ourselves. I mean, obviously, Glow Up goes to another level. I won't be ruining that, but I think being able to relate to people is how we can communicate in film and in art. And I want to ask you about that. I want to ask you about, at one point in time, and I'm not talking about, at one point in time you were just a person with a good idea, and I'm not talking about writing a story for your fourth grade class or whatever. But when did you realize, like, hey, in my life I can actually create content, um, and put it out there for somebody to view? What made you make that step from just like good ideas to like, let's make something?
I think it was very gradual for me. I started skateboarding when I was like 12, and like any skateboarder knows, you just start making videos of each other and posting them on YouTube. So I was doing that for years before I did any kind of creative content. And
Mhm.
the reason I had made that switch, I mean, despite skate videos being creative in a sense, but that switch kind of came when I was in high school. and I thought I should join the video production class because I was like, I know what editing system do they use? Oh, it's Final Cut. I know how to use Final Cut. This is easy A. So I was like, I'll just go there and get a quick grade. And then one of the objectives or projects that they had us do was to make a music video. And I was like, oh, that's kind of like a skate video. And then I made that. And for some reason, it kind of hit different for me when I made it
Mm.
and when I was finished. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, it wasn't that sick. Cool. All right, whatever. It like a skate video would be for me usually. It felt more personal, and I didn't realize that kind of I didn't realize I had a personal touch with the films or videos I was making, and the
Hmm.
music video was like a little bit like a mirror, and I saw that I put myself into it, and then I thought, well, I like that feeling, and I want to keep doing that. And then I went on to make a short film after that in high school, and then yeah, so on and so forth. And I haven't been able to stop. I can't stop.
Well, you're doing a great job. We were just talking about, we've met over the years. I'm glad that you came to us as a filmmaker. Static and Bloom, Razor Tail, now Glow Up. I'm watching your career, in front of our eyes. You're like me. You did a certain amount of years in Portland, and great place to screen films and great place to get back to. And
Definitely.
it's just exciting times. And before we get out of here, tell me, what do you have cooking in the future? What's next for you?
Well, we are just trying to push Glow Up into as many festivals as possible. A lot are still pending in submissions. And in terms of future projects, I'm just writing another psychological thriller, one much shorter this time because Glow Up is a bit lengthy, in my opinion. But yeah, just another psychological thriller, and hopefully we'll be in production by the end of the year. So hopefully you'll have another submission next year.
All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
exciting times.
Yep.
Definitely exciting times. So, well, hey, I appreciate your time today, and I'm really looking forward to this project. We'll probably end up doing, around award nominations time. If your film is nominated for an award, we'll probably do a follow up interview and see what you're up to in a few weeks. And we're just gonna keep getting ready for this fest. I think this is going to be one of the best Oregon short film festivals we've ever had. The films are
Right.
just phenomenal, and yours is right there with them, man. Very high ratings, not a bad rating on the cards. Judges really enjoyed your work. So thank you for submitting, and thanks for your time today. And let me know, is there anything else you want to add?
Oh, well, thanks. Thank you to the judges for accepting my film, first of all. And I'm going to try my best to make it out there in person because, like I said, it is a good opportunity to meet people. And it's just, you put on a great event. And yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
just thankful to be a part of it. And like I said, I'm going to try to make my money so I can get that ticket back because I'm in Philadelphia currently.
All good. Well, for some reason you can't make this particular screening, we also give our filmmakers opportunities to defer until the next season if the dates work for you. Either way, we can tackle that down the road. But the whole idea is to make sure that you enjoy your film in front of a live audience and get that reaction that you're looking for. So we'll work together on that. But I just want you to know that no matter what happens, you're accepted. They love it, and we really are excited. It's a privilege to screen us. You make us look good, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No worries. All right, Mr. Salad, have a good one.
Good seeing you, Michael. Take care.
All right.